Hello everyone. Are you wondering how to create supplier aging report through Power Query and without any DAX function or any coding? You are in the right place because in today's video, I'll be preparing a step-by-step process how to make the report from scratch to streamline your reporting process. So have you wondered what is Power Query and how finance professionals can truly adopt Power Query to automate their day-to-day functions? Is it truly possible to do it without any coding or additional language? Well, stay tuned because I'll be covering all this, and also I'll be using ChatGPT to get the some formulas from there and see if it's working or not. If not, we'll go back to ChatGPT and resolve it. So yeah, my name is Hassan Shehzad and I'm a chartered accountant. Uh, if you're ready to transform your workflow and become the reporting hero, hit the subscribe button and let's dive in. So to begin with, I'll start with what is AP aging report. It essentially summarizes your overdue payments, and it can be in a detail level or summarized level. Detail level as in invoice level and summarized level as in supplier level. And you can categorize it with all the overdue invoices in one column, which is here is current, followed up with 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and more. And it's essential because it's critical part of the supply chain that you should know how much money you have to pay to your suppliers, and it's important that you get this report on time and without any additional effort. So let's dive in and see how it goes. So for the sake of this example, I'm using the data in Excel, but yes, the data can be sitting anywhere else like ERP or accounting software, which I can cover in my future videos. So let's dive in. So this is the list of all the suppliers with invoice number, document date, due date, and invoice amount in USD. So as you can see, there are few things needs to be done. The supplier code and supplier name is coming in one column, and the document date and due date is not in the correct format. So what we will be doing, we'll be going to the get data and launch Power Query editor to get a new window. All this process can take some time sometimes. So okay, so here is the window in front of me. The first task will be to get the data. What I mean is you have to get the Excel from the file again. So since using the same file, so I'll be just browse onto the same file and select this one. So with this, I'll be getting the data which you were seeing in my sheet. So this data can come directly from your accounting software or ERP or from anywhere, even from web. So as you can see, it can take some time depending on the data. But since this is part of design, so it needs to be done only one time. So here I'll be going to sheet one, in which I have my data. I'll click simply OK. Again, as you see that on your left side, you have the sheet name, which will be the report name. So you can change the name, and on the right side, you can see some navigation. So like if you see here, split column, I'm going to split vendor code and vendor name, and I'm going to split with the number of characters. There are 6 characters, alphanumeric, so with which I'll be splitting this column. But there can be different ways to split, of course, like you have in Excel. So once as far left as possible, and it's done. As you can see now, there are 2 columns, vendor 1 and vendor 2. I can change it to vendor code and vendor name. So now these 2 columns are ready, and as you see, like with each of my step, and now I'm going to change the report name aging. Um, and now you see the document date and due date is coming incorrect. I can change it to the date format. So every time the new report loads, it will change itself. And now the amount in USD is also saved as decimal number. Change it to currency. It will add the dollar sign on top. Okay, and column 6 is coming, which is blank. So I can remove this one. I don't need it for the report. it just load itself. So if you see on your right side, you can see all the steps which I am performing. And like if I would have to go back or change anything, I can always go back to that step and change anything I want. So now if you see, the total is ready. Here I am in the Power Query, where I am adding a new field which will assign the days, like whether it's current 30 to 60, 60 to 90. So you can just copy this formula if you want, and it will help me create the code which I'll copy and save it in my new table. So it looks like this is the correct formula. I'll just copy the code, move back to Excel. Here I add a new column, and this column paste this thing, and after pasting click OK, and it will load the aging report if everything is correct. But here, as you see that there is some error coming, we'll be troubleshooting this problem with the ChatGPT. So I can copy this, put it back to ChatGPT and see if it can find out some problem. So that is a problem with ChatGPT, because ChatGPT is not 100% correct, or it will not give you the exact answer every time. It was working in my previous try, but when I'm trying now while recording, it's not giving me the correct thing. So here it's the M code coming, which I don't want to use, because I want just the formula which I can put in the new column. So I'll be not be using the M code. Instead, I'll be using this code which I can paste it in the new formula edit. So I'll go back to the add column settings and then paste this new formula, replace this formula with a new formula. I didn't read it. I don't want to read it because it should work technically, because it's pretty simple. So hopefully after this it should work. Let's see. Again, it's stable, so I don't think I'm getting the right answer. So it has created a new table with existing table which I don't want. Let me try OK and see what is this. If it's not working, then I'll just remove all these columns and try again. So yeah, as you see, like I don't want all these extra columns again. So I can simply delete these columns and come back to ChatGPT and see if I can do this again. So let's, yeah. So here I'm going to remove this, because I don't need these two extra steps. Because if I keep these steps, every time my report is running, it will always run this thing. So now I'm back to the report, back to the ChatGPT. Sorry, and here if you see, I can specify that that my table name is aging, and maybe it will work this time. As I said that sometimes ChatGPT will not give you the correct answer. But the good thing with this ChatGPT is you can always go back to ChatGPT and ask if you need any, if you face any problem or error. So here is an again, I'll just replace this formula. Let me try. So again, it's error. Okay. So now it's expression error. So at least the error name is different. And it looks like that it's a date, time, and date. So it's just kind of a formatting error, which will be quick to solve. Because in so it's in this formula, there are two different columns. One is due date and one is today, with which it is comparing itself with, and possibly that these two columns date format is not consistent. So that's why it is not giving me the correct result. So let me try this one. Yeah, so no syntax error have been detected. The report, the formula looks okay. And wow, oh yeah, so it worked finally. And yeah, so it's all the aging is coming. Hopefully it is correct. Now I just need to come back because after this column, we can just go back to the report and see if I can get the table. So here, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to sort it correctly because I'll be facing the problem that I need a current column first, followed up with other columns. So what I did is I assigned current as 0 and followed up with 30 as 1 and so on. So I will just copy and paste this formula for sorting. So it will help me not at the moment, but when I'll be making the pivot chart or, or pivot table, you can say, to be more precise, I can use this there. So your name is sorting for column, and you can see that. Okay, so now again I'm facing this error. So looks like I can just remove this one. As you see, I removed this step, edit the custom column again, paste the formulas again. And here I noticed that the name of the table, it was showing as aging status, which is only aging, as you can see on the left side. So now again, no text syntax error found. Clicked OK, and again I'm facing the error. So this time it is different error, expression syntax, um, token right person expected. So let's check this error from ChatGPT. So yeah, like the explanation is there. I don't want to go through all. I'll just copy the code and see if it works or not. Again, if you see the so yeah, so here I'm back to the formula, which is for aging, which looks okay, and added another column for aging status. Change the table name. So yeah, it worked. And need to change the column name, which is incorrect. Close and load. So now it will create a new sheet with the data, with the process data, with all the changes we have. So anytime the sheet one gets changed, the report will get changed automatically once we refresh it. Again, it's taking some time, but yeah, it's ready. So now, like this is the table, but which looks okay for now, except these errors, which is 20 errors coming. I'll come back to the report and see where it is. My, I think there's something in the amount column. So let me check if anything. Yeah, nulls are coming. So like it should not come because anything what is zero or invalid, that is with no amount, should not be there. So now if you see on your right side, 120 rows loaded, which looks like there is no error. So here I'm going to load to a pivot table report. So it will create the report directly from the Power Query to the new sheet as pivot table chart, and it will update automatically whenever my data gets changed. So here I can put the aging and sort in the columns, vendor name in the rows, and invoiced amount in the values. Looks better. I don't want the columns in gray, which is total. And this is like just change the format and it looks okay. So yeah, so this is how I created the aging report. I'll be quickly going through the slides to see if I skipped anything. So here we have accessed the data, we have added the column, we split the column, we extract the data from the columns. We have done the final touch like formatting, formula, everything. We did a troubleshooting as well through ChatGPT, and yeah, and then there's one important thing is sharing the report. So if I want to share this report with anyone, I'll just move back to the table first. So I load it to a table again, and if I wanted to share this one with anyone, I will have to make sure that I disconnect it with the database or data source, which is like unlinked from data source. If I don't do that one, and I send this data and they don't have the connection to the database or accounting software or wherever the data is, they'll not be able to access the report. So yeah, this is how you can share. And as I said, that you can connect it with SQL and all. And let me know if you have any questions or additional things to ask, which I'll be happy to answer. So thank you very much. This is my first video. Bye bye.